Something that I find fascinating is how much our lives are impacted by the things we were taught as kids. As young kids, we were taught that school was going to fully prepare us for the real world. It was going to show us how to make money, how to be successful in the world, and how to build a good life. So we grew up thinking that all we needed to become successful in life was to go to school and get a formal education. But as most of us realized as we grew up was that yes, even though schools have created the most educated society to date, there is more to becoming financially successful or even just building a successful life in the real world than what schools have been able to teach. So today, let's go over 10 of the most important skills schools never taught you in order to be successful. If you like videos about business, money, and psychology, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell button to not miss any of our value-packed videos. And let's get started. Number 1. How to find your passion. Schools typically gives us a list of what careers are out there and how much each one is likely to make. And as kids, we are conditioned to pick from what we think is going to make us the most money and what kind of sounds like us. I remember being in my senior year of high school and asking everyone what they were going to do after school. About 85% of the career choices were only based on how much money the career provided over any other factor. I remember one stuck out to me the most. One of them wanted to be a nurse, and when I asked why, she said because of the money. She did not care at all for patient care or being able to help others. I've personally worked in the medical field, and those who love the profession found meaning in their job, even though the medical field can be pretty rough. Those who were there for the money were pretty unhappy with their jobs and did not give patient care the attention it needed. A big issue is that by the time you graduate high school, around the age of 18, you are pressured to choose what you plan to do with the rest of your life. The problem here is that schools never taught you how to find your passion. They never spent time helping you figure out who you are and what you want. At the age of 18, most of us had absolutely no idea who we were, much less what we wanted to do for the rest of our lives. Another big problem with the system is that when you finally make your decision, you go on to college and invest tens of thousands of dollars or more into this commitment that you made at the age of 18. The idea of choosing what you will do for the rest of your life at the age of 18 has become the norm. But what if 5 years down the road you want to do something else? After investing tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars in this specialized career, you are likely now in debt, and in many cases, you are only qualified for that particular profession. In other words, you are stuck. Self-awareness and getting to know yourself is a skill that is not likely to be taught in schools, at least for the near future. So it is our responsibility to develop this skill ourselves. If you don't know what you want to do yet, try different things, travel a bit, talk to different people in different areas, start a project on the things that you're interested in. Learn what you like or don't like by experiencing everything. Pay attention on how you feel when you try new things. Learn who you are through those experiences and how they make you feel. Make a profile on how you naturally react to the world and the new challenges you face. Build a sense of self by doing and not just by wondering what if. Number 2. How to think independently. Schools typically give you a set of career choices you can choose from. By the end of high school, you choose the career that you want to pursue. In college, you can only study the careers that they offer. If you want to study something that the school doesn't provide, then you won't be able to study that and you will have to choose another career. Schools condition students to follow a set framework. You are supposed to follow the path that was already set for you and not get out of line. But what about building your own path? What about creating a career for yourself or bringing your own unique skill set to an existing career? Something interesting that you might not know about the Apple co-founder Steve Jobs was that he dropped out of college because he did not know what he wanted to do, and he didn't want to waste his parents' money. But he still dropped into classes to learn only the things that he was interested in. He did not follow the set career paths the university had in place. He used individual classes to build his own education. For example, he used to drop into a calligraphy class just because he found beauty on the different types of writing. He later built the first computer that provided multiple fonts. Then other computer systems started following Apple's lead and provided us with the immense ocean of fonts we have today. If it wasn't for Jobs thinking independently and not following the standard framework, but instead building his own curriculum, we might not have the amazing fonts we now have at our disposal. Something that has become standard in society is to live life around a framework that was set by somebody else. Most people think that the way things are is just the way it's supposed to be. Many of us don't realize that we can actually influence and mold this world by building our own unique path. Steve Jobs has a great way of explaining this.
When you grow up, you tend to get told that the world is the way it is, and your life is just to live your life inside the world, try not to bash into the walls too much, try to have a nice family life, have fun, save a little money. That's a very limited life. Life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. That's maybe the most important thing, is to shake off this erroneous notion that life is there and you're just going to live in it, versus embrace it, change it, improve it, make your mark upon it. Once you learn that, you'll never be the same again.
Number 3, how to communicate. When you go to school, you have this social factor. You get to meet and socialize with friends and build a social circle. But this is more of a survival game. Whoever were taught better social skills at home are the ones who practice and become the most social influential people. In schools, you go and learn your curriculum. They do not teach you the structure of effective communication and how to build relationships. Things like how to speak to different personality types, how to build rapport with others, how important body language is in communication, and how to use it. They don't teach you influence principles and how people make decisions. They don't teach you how to create influence with others and how to use that influence to create positive movements. These are skills that after graduating can make a massive impact in somebody's life, and not just socially, but also professionally and financially. Number 4, how to work with others. If you remember back in your school days, whenever you had a group assignment, there was always 1 or 2 students who took care of all of the work while the rest sorta just hung out. This is because no one ever taught us how to work with others. No one taught us a system or a skill set to be effective in a group setting. So as humans, we default to our comfort zone. The smart and hardworking students default on working on the project, while the other students simply let others run the show. Number 5, how to handle emotions. This is a skill that can be incredibly useful in pretty much any area of your life. Whether you are parenting your kids, working with coworkers or clients, communicating with others, or creating influence with the world. Being able to feel and identify emotions in ourselves and others is an invaluable skill that allows you to be in tune with yourself and have empathy for others. As mentioned before, this skill can be used in many areas, even if you are in business. When you understand the emotions of your market, you are able to create powerful marketing messages that resonate with your audience. This is a skill that, if taught in schools, can make a massive impact in the world. In the comments below, let me know what are some other skills that schools should have taught us and why. Also, what skills in this list do you want to have in your skill set? As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.